When it comes to infanticide, many people will immediately think of taking over the magpie nest, killing other people's children so their own children can survive. This may be true to the literal meaning of the term, but it is clearly not the correct way to say it. Because in zoology, infanticide describes the killing of the newborn individuals by animals of the same species. Or, in the present day, is more broadly defined as behaviors that make a direct and significant contribution to the immediate death of an embryo or newly hatched or born member of the performer's own species. This cruel behavior is actually common across almost all species, and some of them seem tame, cute, and familiar to us. Researchers conduct an observational study of 260 mammal species and found infanticide in 190 of them. So the question comes to, why do so many animals commit infanticide at the same time? Is that a genetic code, or is that convergent evolution? The answer is definitely no. Although the results were similar, the reason that leads to the choice may be different over species. Basically, there are a lot of theories to explain the behavior, such as competition for resources, increased reproductive success, or because of the social structure and group dynamics and the genetic strategies. In nature, the evolution of a behavior is often complex, and these common conditions catalyze the development of different forms of infanticide. The most well-known is infanticide by non-family males, for example in lions. After the wonder lion defends the landlord and becomes the new landlord, they'll kill all the cubs in the pride and mate with the female. This phenomenon of male infanticide also occurs in the multi-male herd. The more male dominant in the social structure, the higher the frequency of infanticide. So, Sarah Hoodie proposed the sexual selection hypothesis of infanticide. Infanticide is an effective strategy of males get females to mate again. Under normal circumstances, mammals are not estrus during lactation, and the secretion of milk will inhibit ovulation. But if they lose a baby, they don't have to lactate anymore, so the male chooses to kill the lion cub, which can put the female lion into the heat again. Where there is oppression, there is resistance. The mother animal, whose ex-husband is banished but does not want to lose her own child, will do anything to prevent her children from being slaughtered. In lions, they hold their young in their mouths and don't leave them, but the results are often not satisfactory. Protecting the baby requires a lot of energy, day and night guarding, but male infanticide only takes a few seconds to complete. So females start to protect their cubs in some unusual ways, such as promiscuity. By mating with multiple males, the female makes it difficult for the male to tell which children are his. In order to avoid accidental injury, male infanticide is reduced. Male bonobos, for example, are one of the very few primates that do not infanticide. Bonobos are also known as the most sexually open animals, making it harder for males to recognize which offspring are their own. Of course, it also has to do with the social structure with bonobos. In bonobo populations, the female is dominant, and the young ones are shared to bring up. Infanticide can occur when some males do not have the opportunity to reproductive, but in multi-male and multi-female groups like this, the males are more or less given the chance to reproduce, which can efficiently curb infanticide. But that doesn't mean the cubs are safe. In this co-breeding species, the protagonist of infanticide becomes the female. The reasons for infanticide have also changed, especially among the female groups with hierarchy. For example, when dominant female meerkats become pregnant, they will kill the cubs born by subordinates, and pregnant subordinates will also kill the cubs born by the dominant mother and other subordinate mothers, thereby increase the ratio of helpers and the cubs to benefit their own cubs. Extraterritorial infanticide is most common in solitary species, such as the bleeding ground squirrel, where females use burrows to give birth and territories to raise their young. And when the cubs are killed, the victim's mother often moves away, freeing up the territory and space for the killers. In addition to infanticide by non-parents, some species will kill their own children. This is called filial infanticide. There are two factors. One is, if the mother feels lack of support or costs too high to raise their children, the baby will suffer. The behavior is particularly common in birds and fish. The most widely accepted hypothesis states that parents need energy to produce subsequent offspring. By eating the previous child, parents have more ability to prepare for the next children. In other animals, the killing of the young is entirely due to environmental influence, leading parents to treat their cube badly. This is called savaging. This behavior has been observed in some captive animals. When the ambient noise exceeds tolerance or the cubs are exposed to other odors, the mother will stress and kill them.